Growing up in the generation where social media was not only invented but became widespread, I'm realizing now just how hard these platforms were pushed onto us from such a young age. I think I was in 7th grade when I first downloaded Instagram and Facebook, and as new as they were, they really became a hub for social gathering. The pre-influencer era was marked by posting updates for your friends to see, random pics throughout your days, and filtering the out of your images. Trust me, they were cool at the time. And we've experienced the erosion of Instagram over time, from seeing the posts from the maybe 200 people you actually knew in real life to every other post being an ad or someone you don't know or certainly don't care about. I mean, what will I do if my manager from my high school job via 2017 doesn't see my post, right? And while the lamification of Instagram and the whatever the hell Facebook has become might have been enough for an entire generation to quit social media for good, along came TikTok. As the most genius app for dopamine and consumption addiction, TikTok has single-handedly kept us engrossed in the swipe. And the worst part is, when I make this case, you're gonna feel as if I'm coming for you personally. Guys, the stuff on TikTok isn't even that good. Yes, the recipes are fire, there's tips and tricks for anything you can imagine, and objectively funny videos, but how many of those recipes have you actually gone back to? Okay, I kind of lie because I would go back to the same like 2 or 3, but out of the hundreds of videos you saved, how many have you actually gone back to? Like, really? So after 15 years, I wondered if there was any chance of breaking free from the addiction of social media, and if I did, how would it actually impact my life? The first thing I did when I started thinking about taking a break was to analyze which platform had the least impact on my life. I hated opening Instagram, seeing one post from someone I actually knew, the rest being randos, swiping to close the app, opening another to find something more interesting, and having the cycle repeat over and over. So I just bit the bullet and deleted it. But no, you can't do that, you're probably thinking. What if one of my actual friends DMs me? Or what if I need to look someone up in the future? I promise the utility of Instagram is so small compared to the amount of time you're spending on it. Take the step to delete it and see how many times you compulsively go to click the app. It is ingrained into your brain at this point. Take some time, I'm talking several days with the app deleted, and see if it has negatively impacted your life in any way. I'm not talking about that feeling you get from something missing, but an actual downside to not having the app on the phone. After realizing deleting Instagram did not in fact ruin my life, Facebook was an easy next step, because let's be real, why are we on there anyways? If you have Twitter or other social media, this would be a good time to repeat the process and see if you can keep as many apps off of your phone as possible. After that though, the tricky one was TikTok. There was nothing in my life that was gonna kick the good tingly feelings I got from scrolling on TikTok. And then the ban happened. I told myself once the ban went into effect, I would finally be free from the app. And while the ban lasted, a measly 10 hours? It was true, I actually decided now would be the time to stop the habit once and for all. So if you're at all serious about making this change, find a catalyst to at least get the app off of your phone. Maybe have a friend do it with you for accountability. It's gonna hurt, just hold down the app and press delete. Okay, now that the apps are off your phone, unfortunately, what people don't talk about is that this was a real addiction, one that was years in the making. Because of this, the feeling that you need to swipe is so amplified in your boredom, it's gonna make you immediately want to re-download again, because now you're missing something that was been part of your daily routine for realistically a good portion of your life. So let me share what I've learned during the hard times I was having, so you hopefully don't have to go through the withdrawal as hard. Here's a tip I think a lot of people on here have advised against. They say to set your phone in another room or turn it off and forget about it completely. Even without social media, this is still my comfort phone. And honestly, I have a fear of not waking up to an alarm that I know will work, so unfortunately, this thing is staying by my bedside. But of course, I don't mean immediately getting on your phone and scrolling either. What I mean is literally pick it up and hold it in your hand so you get the gratification of holding your phone, place it into your pocket, and then leave the room. Sure, much easier said than done. There are many days I want to wake up and just watch something out of boredom, but be strong here, friends. If you've left the room and immediately go to the couch and put something on the TV, honestly, great. At least you've had some movement, hopefully some momentum to do anything other than doom scrolling. This whole process is gonna be about baby steps. You're gonna try to replace one addiction for another just to feel that same dopamine hit you got from scrolling. Advice I was given was to set time limits for the other apps or whatever else you're using to pass the time. In my case, I work from home, so it was binging YouTube videos. Thank you, Smosh. But I found the opposite to work better, at least for me. So I would set a time limit, realistically a goal, for the amount of time I would need to sit and just experience what my mind was doing. Because we spent literal years spoon-fed content, we haven't let our minds just sit and think and do what it naturally does, which is be bored. So each day I would say, okay, today I'm gonna spend 30 minutes doing nothing, and as a reward, I get to watch a Smosh Reads Reddit Stories video. Each day, I would increase the time for boredom just slightly to where Smosh actually became a nice treat and not another addiction. Okay, but you're bored as hell doing what? Well, exactly, that's what you're gonna need to find out. For me, I'm a big planner, so I found my brain going through my entire day with all the tasks that I needed to get done. And very quickly I realized, holy shit, I'm actually thinking of novel ideas for my tasks. And over time, my brain went from just reality into the creative. Literally, this video was thought of as I was just sitting there letting my brain think. If you were like me and had 9 hours of screen time each day, you're gonna need to find another habit for your free time. We can't be bored forever, we gotta take some action. And look, if you wanna come home after a long day and just watch some damn TikTok, I'm certainly not gonna be the one to tell you not to. We're all just surviving out here. But if you've been wanting to learn a new skill, start a workout routine, or find an outlet to express your creativity, this is your real chance to get started. Legitimately, all of those things were possible for me when I started realizing how much time I was getting back. Since the start of this challenge, I've rejoined a gym, picked back up my Spanish studies, and started making YouTube videos. But this all takes time. If you can jump right into a better habit, then absolutely do it. Get the scrolling replaced quickly for sure. But for me, each step took a couple days, if not a couple weeks. I had to baby steps literally every part of the process until I saw micro changes to my mood, my attention span, and my interests. And honestly, it took me a couple months to start feeling creative again. There are still days I fail, I wake up, binge YouTube more than I would have liked, and that's part of the process. But holy shit, guys, is it so worth it. Now when I stare at a screen for too long, I literally get fatigued, like my brain starts hurting and I'm like, damn, I was doing this for years. It's time to put this down. I still think my phone is very convenient and provides a lot of value for the other goals I have in my life, so I don't think I'm gonna completely get rid of it anytime soon. My issue is with the predatory nature of social media and what steps I can take to face the addiction for the first time in over a decade. My goal with this is to get to experience the things I loved as a child and not give every bit of my attention span to something that gives me nothing in return. I think we were really robbed through systematic algorithms of years of our lives. And I just want to be able to start living again and finding a purpose for my life. So if this at all resonated with you, let me know if there are any specific questions you'd like answered or topics you'd like covered post-addiction, and consider subscribing. I don't have any social media, so I will only be posting here, but we'll keep you updated with live post social media addiction. It's really been worth it so far, y'all. I'll see you in the next one.